Hello everybody, welcome back for another episode of the Cavern Kings Beta Let's Play. This is again Beta 24, and this is what it looks like when I try to make Tetris blocks out of the Cavern Kings title screen. Doesn't end up very nice or neat, but you know, there's a few in there. Tetraminos, that's what we call them. Anyway, let's get into another run here today. It has come to my attention, well, a couple of things have come to my attention. One of them is I now have access to a Beetle Lord, which I may as well play as, because why not? It has also come to my attention that it is quite possible that some of the things that I was really looking forward to being able to use in these runs may be locked behind a, unlockable wall. And one of the ways that I might be able to do some of that stuff, or get some of that stuff, is to just try new things, try to experiment a little bit. What I really am talking about here is I really need the health regeneration power-up, so I need to figure out how to get that. And also, I remembered that someone told me at some point, and it may have been reminded of me recently, that I should probably try skipping getting a long-range weapon and see how long it can last like that. So I think the first run I'm going to do, I'm just going to try to avoid using a long-range weapon. Best way to do that? Not pick it up. It's right here. I'm just not going to take it. Oh, no! Well, there goes that. So that's a pretty bad start already. This Scarab Man is really, really slow. So I'm going to do my best to not get wrecked while I use him, and also make sure I pick up some health here. I really hope this voiceover work gets, like, sorted out soon, because it's so loud. It's just disruptive. I just want to listen to, like, a beetle talk instead of this dude. Samurai Man, who I don't even have access to right now. Who maybe I'm trying to get access to at this very moment. We'll see. So I think I'm gonna bounce before these guys all fall in my head. I'd like to get some levels out of this zone. Yeah, there we go. There's one anyway. Yeah, that was really easy. We unlocked Yoji already, and that's the voice that I believe this character is supposed to be represented by. Or, wait, said that backwards, but you know what I mean. The Samurai Man voice is that guy, and that's who we're hearing right now. Can I not reach that? That's just slightly too high. Oh, okay, we got it at the last second there. That was maybe just slightly over my reach. Alright, well, mostly all of those gems went in the black hole abyss there. That's alright. I don't know how long I should actually try and do this run for, because the goal was to unlock Yoji, and, like, we did that already. But, I don't know, let's just see if we get some cool drops or something, and I guess I can always just die and reset, and we'll do a second run as Jack, because, I don't know about this Scarab Man. He's probably okay. I haven't really looked very hard to try and figure out what his distinguishing features might be. I have a feeling he might have started with a little extra health. At least some, if not quite a bit, although I don't remember what the regular character starts at. Probably 100, right? So this guy seems to have 171 already, and I'm only at level 4, so that's gotta be something. Also, my apologies if I'm just making this stuff up, and I'm completely off on that assertion. So I should have enough now to get into this chest. Thank you also to the commenter who wrote the little list out of what all the things are worth in terms of monetary value. That's a useful fact that I need to internalize and memorize and make part of my Cavern Kings routine. Because if I have that information at my fingertips, it's probably going to make it a little simpler for me to know what I'm doing from moment to moment. Well, there's a lot of boxes on this floor. Maybe I won't even miss having this extra disadvantage here. Maybe I could just bust into some of these guys. There's not even like a chest on this floor, so I don't know why I'm so worried about it, but I'll see what happens anyway. I'll laugh really hard if this ends up being like a really solid run, despite the fact that I have no special weapon or long-range weapon. That would actually be kind of fitting, wouldn't it? I mean, the emphasis that I put on the long-range weapon versus the melee weapon seems to almost necessitate that using the other one would eventually lead to me being better or something like that. So, oh, there's a chest. Didn't really expect that to be inside of a crate, but I guess that's a thing that can happen, so might as well take it down to the next floor, because I am fairly likely to end up being able to get that open on the next floor. Oh no, the gems are disappearing. Alright, well those are going to be given to me for some reason, so that's good. Down we go. Alright, that one's stuck in the ceiling. That's where it belongs for now. Let's pop open this lockbox here. And we are past the point of no return. Let's go open up a crate, or a chest rather. And we'll get rid of these dudes on the way. Gotta watch out for these saw blades. That could be a bit of a problem. There we go. Let's see. We've got another homesick shard. So now we're rolling double homesick shards early on in this run, which, you know, might end up being passive damage enough to actually make a substantial difference in this run. I'm not entirely sure just yet. We're gonna find out. These are actually kind of good little sciencey experiments to be doing, since I have, like, less variables in this case, meaning I don't... Oh, Toxic Flask, that's pretty sweet actually, too, except I don't have bullets. So I have to hope that that's actually going to convey that same damage bonus to my melee weapon. But yeah, these are good experiments to do since I don't have extra variables like the long-range weapon damage to worry about. I might actually be able to get some facts out of this whole thing, so let's see. We've got a couple more crates. I am still trying to rock all of the enemies that I can. You would think these boulder dudes would die super easy with a jackhammer. I think they don't really have any special large penalty that conveys via the melee damage. I think it would be kind of appropriate, actually, if certain enemies were more vulnerable to certain weapons in a way. But then again, that would probably wreck the whole balance that is being carefully constructed right now. I wouldn't, you know, want to be the one responsible for having to balance all these various weapons and items. It sounds like a pretty difficult task. You know, I don't envy Vine, nor do I envy Edmund McMillan or Tyrone Rodriguez for having to figure out how to do rebirths balancing, because there's like freaking 400 items in that. This one has 50, but still, that could be enough right there. Okay, we actually have enough to get into that chest, but I don't think we're going to get the opportunity, so I mean, I could try and like let it fall on me by doing this. I think actually that is what I will do, because we get a missile expansion, and that is actually a pretty sweet item. Will it still trigger, though, without... It's just auto, right? It just auto fires, I think? I was thinking at first, because it used to be tied to... I forget if it was either melee or long range, but yeah, there was a move I had to do that made it pop off, and right now it's not doing that. Also, pardon my use of saying the word pop off there, because that's not really a thing that I do in general. Now let's get into this lockbox and hope for the best. Die like the rest. Awesome, we're actually at 200 health just about. And I don't think we're going to make it. Oh, it's the curse, paralysis curse. Critical hits inflict enemies paralyzing curse. Right, that's the one that I got last time that I was speculating was the one that made me drain my health, but I don't think it's that one, because I don't see anything happening with my health. Unless it's a bug, in which case it might be infrequent or something. I don't know. Let's finish these rock dudes off, and I think we're going to be out, because I'm not making it over to that chest. Oh god, what have I done? Oh no, controller! I mean, keyboard. Please, please, keyboard. Okay, I clicked off the screen twice there because I was so close to the bottom. And that's an unfortunate necessity when you're trying to aim your melee weapon, is you have to aim at the bottom of the screen. And since the cursor is not bound into the box around the window, it's super easy to click right off the bottom there, which could... Oh, we unlocked the Ankh of Life. I don't know quite why. Maybe it was for opening a certain amount of boxes. It'd be kind of neat, actually, if it said after you unlock them how you unlock them, because it is a little variable in many cases what you need to do to get to what. But we're actually making some okay progress here. We've got a character already unlocked, we've got an extra item already unlocked, and all I did was play as a Scarab Man and not take a long-range weapon. I'm pretty impressed that this is actually helping me. Also pretty impressed that I'm actually not dead at whatever this nearly 4,000 feet. Had a couple close calls already. And we're not going to make it over to that chest, unfortunately, because that is way too far out of my way. But let's dig down. Oh, that's got to go. We've got a chest over there, and we're going to get rid of this saw blade before it ends my life. Okay, very nice. We've got plenty of money to go around. And I'm actually somehow keeping up in terms of levels, too, I've noticed, which is pretty wild. So maybe the mistake I was making is bothering to take a long-range weapon this whole time. Or maybe I was just relying on it far, far too much. Or maybe I got some pretty nice drops. You know what? That whole thing about the variables I mentioned earlier, you could just scratch that whole opinion away. I mean, there's still so many variables, it's really hard to isolate just about anything in this game. Let's see if we can get this lockbox as it falls down. This guy is going to have to go, though. Alright, drop it down, drop it down, drop it down. There we go. And we'll also take this next tier. There it is. Beautiful. And we should be able to just grab this little bit left over here of the gems. Oh, they all disappeared right before I grabbed them. Too bad for me. Okay, so we've got a boss fight. And I still don't have a long-range weapon, as I'm sure you've noticed. Let's see if we can crack into this chest and not die right here. Okay, it's one of those harps. Stuns every enemy on level up. Okay, right. Gotta remember what that one does. I'm not holding out a lot of hope here. Yeah, that didn't really do a lot for me. That boss fight didn't go very well. But, you know, we still made some progress. Let's do another run. We could do a Yoji run this time. Yoji's stronger with melee weapons and weaker with guns. Well, you know, it would have made a lot of sense if we had to use Yoji to unlock Yoji, but that actually wouldn't work, would it? His tough exoskeleton protects him from damage, also weighs him down. So he was super slow, had extra health. That's what his difference was. Oh man, I've got Top Hat. I've unlocked all these characters. I didn't even realize they were sitting over here this whole time. I guess I should look more often. It should say, like, who you've unlocked, or, like, have a little thing that says, like, exclamation point over to the right when you need to scroll, so you don't miss that you've unlocked a bunch of stuff. So he's a dapper skeleton with a dapper outfit. When Top Hat falls in battle, he can resurrect himself as a weaker version. Okay, that's interesting. So he's your Lazarus run, I guess. Not much is known about this extraterrestrial. Its spacesuit renders it immune to the effects of weather and allows it to jump higher. The effects of weather, is that really a factor? N-tight, I think, is that how I say that? Yeah, N-tight, probably. Highly volatile, massive energy. N-tight has the ability to teleport instead of jumping, although she's very fragile. I'd like to try a run of N-tight. Oh, weird. Alright, well, I almost broke it instantly. So wherever I put my cursor is where we teleport to. And that is a very strange sensation that I'm probably not going to ever get used to. Well, let's give it a shot. This is probably going to be a big old disaster, because I can't even keep up with where I am on the screen most of the time. Oh man, the voice acting not matching this character is more noticeable than ever. I got kind of used to it with our other dude, but this character I don't think is going to be quite as easy to notice, or not notice. Alright. Oh, well... I accidentally shot, yeah, that's going to require some training to get my mind around. I accidentally shot the TNT sling when I was, like, up against the wall, and that doesn't really help me out very much. Let's do a regular Jack run, so that way I have a chance at least having one okay run before we wrap up for this episode. But there are at least some cool things that we can experiment with and try some other characters in the next episode, and whatever comes after that. So we've got a harpoon gun, and we've got a jackhammer. These are actually pretty good. Let's see if we can use them to good effect today. So let's line them up, knock them down. It is pretty nice when you can get the little eye guys to show up in a big line and just wreck them all together in one shot. Don't blow up the floor, don't blow up the floor. Man, that takes a long time to break through. Also, shooting worms with the harpoon gun is surprisingly effective if you didn't already know. You can one-shot them if you nail them in the head, which you should always be doing once you get to the point where, you know, aiming and accuracy are not so much a difficult task anymore, which is where I should be at this point, honestly. I think I probably am a little behind where I should be, but, you know, I'm giving it my all. Alright, so we move that down, we got another ice level, still got some low traction going on. Let's just break into this box here, not through the floor, please. Very nice. We got a Sully Chirpin to add a little bit of passive damage to the beginning of the run here. Looking forward to maybe turning that into more. Alright, so yeah, those guys turn into eye guys. That's fine. Gotta remember that. Thank you also to whoever pointed out that there was, like, that weird green thing that spawned, and apparently I unlocked that character by touching it or something. I didn't even notice that I did it because, well, I think that was the guy that was there on my menu. Looked like it anyway. But yeah, it's hard to tell what's going on from a moment-to-moment basis sometimes in this game. Oh god, that was awful. Oh no. I've just shot myself directly into that saw blade. I can't go out like that. Let's do one more. So we've got a shovel. That's a good sign. Shovel's pretty sweet. Shovel I feel like I might even use best. And let's see what our long range is. Another harpoon gun. But this is a pretty promising first floor. No ice, which is nice, and good weapons. So maybe we could parlay this forward a little bit again. No, I wanted that health. I just got wrecked by that saw blade. Darn. It'd be kind of cool if, like, the ice levels and stuff were limited to after a certain amount of feet down. And maybe, like, the modifier also increased the amount of traps as you go. Maybe it does do that, but, like, it would be sweet to not have to worry about spikes or really obnoxious hazards like this in the first few floors. You know, the first, like, 10 floors, honestly, would be pretty nice. Just have that stuff get doled out little by little over the course of time, and I think that would make a lot of sense. You know what? We're gonna probably get rid of this guy right here, and I'd love to get rid of this guy, too, if we could. Beautiful. And you'll have to pardon again. My crappy play. I have my moments, as I'm sure you've noticed already. Alright, so we got an early Siren Harp. That's actually an okay item to get very, very early, because since we're going to be leveling a lot more, maybe I'll actually get to see its effect on occasion. It should stun longer the further up your level is, I think, instead of stacking But then again, that would kind of throw a real monkey wrench in the gears here because, well, every other item has some sort of effect that stacks and becomes more and more powerful. I would assume that that particular item, its effect is that the stun lasts longer the higher the stack is. So, you know, I guess that would kind of break that whole thing. But maybe there's some other way that that synergy could work together. Because on its own, kind of feels like a waste of an item. I gotta be honest with you. How many times are you gonna see that effect? You know, you're gonna see it for just a handful of times, and unless you get that effect luckily spawning or proccing on a boss, does not feel like that would be particularly useful in the long run. Alright, how am I gonna get up there? I can't... Oh, I can't get up there. These guys are too on me. And this gap is not wide enough. Now, the drill is gonna come down. I actually have the moment-to-moment mapped out for the drill. It seems like I can pretty much guess it, like, almost to the second now. Okay, apparently I nailed some TNT from across the room there. Okay, we got another homesick shard, and I guess we'll just make way for these chests as well as grab the stuff out of the corner here. I know I haven't been necessarily taking as much time as I was in the prior episode to mine each floor for enemies, because the farming thing is like a pretty real prospect that I need to get behind. I'll try and get better at that, of course. You know, I have relapses, moments that maybe my skills go back in the opposite direction, but that snipe felt pretty good. Homesick Shard does help me get into boxes. Thank you very much, Homesick Shard. And we're going to go back over to the left in a sec, because I'd love to get into that chest, or any of those chests. That was a stun move, if you couldn't tell. And let's break it open. Seems to always have one large health power-up and then a bunch of gems. Pretty predictably, honestly, and I don't think we're gonna make it in. Doesn't look like we're gonna make it in. That stinks. Really hope we unlock that HP regen soon. Hoping maybe today, but I don't know what the criteria are for that, so I guess we'll have to just wait and see. Oh, another one. Okay, I guess rolling double homesick shards is the way to go lately. I guess it probably just does a bigger amount of damage, right? It's not like it's ticking faster or anything as it's going around. That would be actually a pretty wild effect, too. If not only does it do more damage, but also the swirl effect goes much tighter and faster. So eventually you just have, like, this almost solid shield of a vortex spinning around you. In that case, I think that would probably be a little cheap, because you'd very likely never get hit. The little eye guys would just get near you, and they just obliterate themselves before they even know what's going on. Which, you know, I'd be okay with that, but in terms of game balance, probably not be ideal. Let's pop this open. We've got Cyclops, Skull. Alright, well, increased crit chance, and also a little laser pointer. Makes sense for the harpoon, as I always say. Let's see if we can snipe a couple of dudes down before this all comes to an end. I'm actually not going to go for those chests. We've carried them long enough, and I don't feel like they're going to pay off right now. Too high of a chance of me getting totally blended by those awful spinner traps. There we go. There was the proc effect again from the stun. Okay, we do have plenty of money. Let's pop open this chest and see if we can make it over also. That was the Mole's Orchid. Destroyed terrain sometimes can spawn health. I think we could use all the health we can get, all the opportunities for it, I mean. And I'm not going to turn that down, especially as we get further on. You may have noticed that my survivability in the last episode diminished very drastically all of a sudden once I reached a certain point. And we actually have enough money to get into the next chest already, so that's good news for us. Hopefully we'll get some kind of like a boxing glove or another ability that's going to let us spiral our damage a little bit out of more control. Let's start digging. And yes, we do have a chest right off the bat. Another homesick shard, so we've now got homesick shards in triplicate, which sounds good to me. That should be a lot of damage that we should be able to do. Let's see if we can get up to that lockbox up there. Oh god, I didn't actually mean to do that. I forgot that the homesick shard is going to actually trigger TNT. So I guess there is a little bit of a double-sided sword here. Dual-edged, dual-bladed sword. I don't know what the idiom is anymore. Yeah, that's something I gotta watch out for, though. All the things that can cause me problems just from having that passive damage constantly ticking away. Alright, there we go. Am I one-shot? Yeah, I'm totally one-shotting Rock Bros. That's good news. And that's only at level 9, so maybe the damage is actually up significantly, or I'm just getting really lucky crits I'll take either one, honestly. Oh, excuse me. I only just came down from that floor above. How dare you? Alright, let's pop this box open. Rock Bro is not even a challenge anymore. There he goes. And we've got enough to get into that chest. Let's just zing our way over there. Actually using my long-range weapon to give me a little bit of a backward boost. It's a new strat that I'm trying out here. Oh, we got a champion on the scene. Let's get him a few harpoons to the head. That's a lot of harpoons that he took, but that's okay, because he gave us a big ol' rock that we can turn into some power-ups, hopefully. Yeah, let's line these guys up. Alright, look at all that free damage we're doing. We've got the passive damage just dropping down on the ground. We've got... Oh, I think it dropped an item that I'm not going to be able to pick up. It looked like a black hole box. Also, it looks like a champion just spawned up there and got instant-gibbed by the drill, because that'll happen on occasion. At least we get the free XP from it. There we go, another level, and we are now up to 10. Digging down, we've almost got enough for the next chest. Let's see if we can get into this box up top. Gotta remember again, can't walk on those metal boxes. They are dead to me. Let's just knock that down. Let's also make sure we don't end up under it, because that's a big problem for us. Could almost go for some fairy wings right now, just because my ability to jump and my mobility is rather hindered. And we got a Jin Zephyr Horn for our bolstered melee attack speed. I have not been using much melee attack speed, which is funny considering how much I was using it in that other run. I feel like I'm more competent today with the harpoon on this run anyway. And that's good. Let's grab that health. I don't think we're going to get another level or anything else beneficial off this floor, but I might as well milk it for as much as I can get. Watch out for the drill, of course. So easy to just accidentally shoot yourself off the top of the screen and just get wrecked. Alright, let's go down. Eyeball time. Let's see if my damage can stack up. So unfortunately, oh god, most of the damage that I have going on right now is mostly just through direct proximity, so that's not going to help me a lot with this eyebrow. I'm going to still just try and keep shooting at him. It's not going to help me a lot if he wants to stick himself up in the ceiling, though. So that's going to have to stop. We might have this one. I think we have this one. It's turning pretty red, Ridley style. Like a baked dragon. Alright, come on now. Don't... What are you doing, man? I can't fight you if you're off the bottom of the freaking screen! That's straight garbage. I got a freaking gem at the end, and I can't even pick it up because he went through the bottom of the floor. Vine! I'm gonna tattle on you, Cavern Kings. I'm gonna tattle on you to Mommy and Daddy, and they're gonna give me sweet, sweet justice in the future episodes to come. That's what I hope, anyway. Looking forward to a beta 25 at some point that might address some of these little balancy issues like that. I don't know if that's intended, but, like, that's pretty annoying. What can I do about it if the boss goes in the floor and the ceiling? How am I supposed to hit him? He can still shoot at me. I can't shoot at him. I know he's like a ghost phantom eyeball, but still, you know, I want immersion reality in my video games. Is that so much to ask? It is, honestly, but that's okay. Anyway, so thanks everybody for watching. That was another episode of Cavern Kings. There'll be more to come, and please do continue leaving likes on the videos if you're still enjoying this series. I look forward to bringing you plenty more, and I hope you have a fantastic night. Thanks everybody for watching.